I'm Ann Nyberg. Trooper North on trial in the 2020 shooting death of 19-year-old Mubarak Suleiman.
And I'm Dennis House. Today, a former police officer took the stand defending North's use of deadly force, and jurors could begin deliberations as soon as tomorrow. News 8's Brittany Taylor is live in Milford for us tonight with the newest information. Brittany?
Dennis, and good evening. That's right. The defense called its final two witnesses to take the stand today. These were people who had previously investigated the case. They came from out of town. Meanwhile, the prosecution will call a rebuttal witness to testify tomorrow. The defense resting its case Tuesday in the trial of State Trooper Brian North, calling to the stand its final witnesses, Paul Taylor and James Borden. Both Taylor and Borden had been retained by the state in 2021 following the deadly shooting by a prosecutor who handled the case prior to Inspector General Robert Devlin. They were asked to review materials, including statements North made to police and the body camera footage of the incident. Both had previously said North opened fire due to a deadly threat posed by Suleiman. But when Inspector General Devlin took over the case, he drew the opposite conclusion and criticized the expert's analysis. Taylor and Borden, who previously worked as police officers themselves, were cross-examined about their findings pertaining to North's threat perception and use of force during the January 2020 altercation.
Simply put, Trooper North's statement aligns with what I understand about perception response time from the relevant research.
The difference between movement of a knife for maybe an inch and swinging a knife around, those are two different concepts. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm basing it solely on the officer's statement.
Well, wait a minute, you looked at this body on camera material.
Yes, sir.
Was it swinging around as you said or not?
Not as I said.
All right.
It's whether it was a reasonable response, not necessarily a perfectly correct response.
Well, de-escalation, doesn't that mean sort of reducing the intensity of the event?
That's not incumbent, and that's a great question too. De-escalation, again, is not a tactic. There's no magical tool that we can wave over a scenario to create a de-escalated or safer scenario.
A motion granted by the judge Monday in the prosecution's favor prohibited Taylor and Borden from disclosing to the jury that they had been previously hired by the state. And after those witnesses took the stand, we saw the judge go over the charges with the two sides. We can expect closing arguments in this case to begin tomorrow after the state finishes cross-examining its rebuttal witness. In Milford, Brittany Taylor, News 8.